Alright, Valencia Marathon, how did I do? Well, before I start, I have a bunch of videos from the trip, little vlogs and things I did, food I ate, whatever. I'm gonna put all these little videos and put them in the video, I'll edit about next week, so you can watch all the little vlogs I took and places we went out after the race, yada yada. Okay, so, I have to say, new personal best, 2:21:20, not bad. I'm happy to say that I was actually the only few elites that actually PR'd on the course, and you know, PR is a PR, so we're moving up. So now maybe the reason why the other guys didn't PR, well, let's see. So we went out. There's two groups: 220 pacers and 228. 218 were the pace groups. Well, they go out 5:05 the first mile, way faster than pace. So I'm behind. I went out slow. I went to conservatives. I have the whole race be a nice progression as I picked it up as the race goes. So they went out too fast, and then their second mile is 5:40. So the 220 group, I went around them, and then I'm stuck right there in front of them for miles, let's say 3 to 10, 3 to 12. Miles through the time, I'm about like 20 to 50 meters ahead of that group the whole time. And it turned out that that group, their first half, they went in 112, way too slow. The 218 group, they were 109.40. You know, too slow for the 218, but on that sub 220 pace. Me, I was like 111 or something like that. I actually don't really know what my half was, but basically I ran right in the middle on a windy day. Probably that's why a lot of people didn't PR. But what was important? I ran my own race. I ran in the middle between those two pace groups by myself. Just knew what the pace I had to run. I started slower than the pace I wanted, so you know, 5:25 pace, which is slower than what I finished at. And progression, getting a little faster. After halfway, started dropping the 5:20s and the 5:15s, 5:10s, getting a little faster. And what do you know? Since the other groups they weren't pacing the right way, or maybe because of the wind. You always understand, you got wind, you're not going to really run as fast as you want to. So you got to understand, that's why when you start slow in the race, you're gonna feel more comfortable, and you got to feel comfortable in the marathon. If you're not, I don't know what you're doing, because you're not running the marathon. Coming up a mile 18:20, around 18 to 20, I catch the group ahead of me. They were always 2 blocks ahead of me for basically all the way up to mile 20, and then I'm catching up, and I'm like, oh man, they're slowing down, but I'm going faster. I'm still running by myself, but I know what I gotta do. You do what you gotta do, right? And then I catch them, and then I get really excited, and then I drop a fast mile, and I won't tell you what that mile was, but it was a fast uphill, and it was uphill. Flew past, and I was like, at this point, I was like, all right, 190 miles a week. Here we go, bada bing, bada boom. We're gonna close this last 10K under 30 minutes, and I was going, and mile 24 and a half happened, or mile 25, and I kind of walled it from there. Lesson learned, I got a little too excited at 10, 12K to go on the last 2K. 5:30 and 5:50, were the last 2 miles. So I definitely hit the wall, but I kept going, because that last mile, everything just got really spotty. And, I was getting dizzy, but I knew I fueled enough. I had, water bottles throughout the whole course, and you'll see my video when I uploaded it on that whole video vlog for the whole trip. You'll see my little video of what I did with the water bottles, how I placed them and what I put in them. But I had the water, I had good energy. I think maybe because it was warm, it was like 70 degrees. I might have gotten a little dehydrated at the end. So I gotta run for the next time. I gotta run the last few miles a little better. But 2:21 negative split, the race, was the only one who PR'd, because you gotta be smart. I designed my workouts, my marathon pace workouts, that you gotta start slow and end fast. If you want to drop the 450s right at the end, go. Unfortunately, I did hit that pace, but it wasn't the last few miles. It was a little bit before that. But yeah, and, we ran in. I get to the line, and I leaned down on my hands, and then everything just went dark. I passed out, and and then the medical people are picking me up, and I'm all like delirious, like after it's like drinking, it's like being drunk, and then they're getting up, and then they put me in the med tent. They put a what do you guys call it? To take a blood pressure. My blood pressure was 70/40, and they were like, "We got to give you an IV." I'm like, "No, that's normal for me. I normally have low blood pressure." Okay, not that low, but I don't know what these guys doing, taking all these vital signs. Obviously, after you finish a marathon, you ran your hardest. Boom, you're gonna be dead. If you don't finish a marathon, if you finish a marathon and you didn't pass out, you didn't give it your all. And I felt like at that 10K, I was hauling. I was just going, giving everything I got. And mile 25 was just, you know that feeling, right? And for anyone who's ran a marathon, you know that feeling the last few miles. But I get to 10K and I'm tired, but I'm not that tired, but I'm feeling good enough to know that I think I did this race right, and I think I ran this smart, and I think that's why I PR'd. So take it from my first marathon, it's a 3-minute PR, you know? A couple of years from now, you know, we're gonna get close to that 2:10. We're gonna get down there. So to get to that mile 20 and pass 15 guys in that front group that were always ahead of me, you know, that's how you know you're doing it right. When you pass the people at the end, you know you're doing it right. A lot of people dropped out. You know, I came second American in that race. Not bad. And the first American who we became, I guess, pretty good buddies at the end of this trip, because we were talking a lot, you know, for the whole week, and really cool people I met. And I'll save it for another video about all the people I meet on these trips. But you know, he ran 3 minutes slower than his PR. A lot of guys ran 3 minutes slower than their PR. I ran 3 minutes faster than my PR, and that's why I say to you guys, gotta keep consistent, never stop running, always inspiring. El Coyote Loco.